Finally, it's here. The race of who wants to be the next head of Hong Kong has come as 1,200 members of the election committee cast their ballots at Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Centre in Wan Chai on Sunday, March 25th. The first round of polling kicked off at 9 a.m., but hundreds turned up at Harbour Road in Wan Chai 2 hours beforehand, condemning the dirty election campaign and demanding universal suffrage.
就算佢當選咗，唔當選，我哋同小圈子制度係長期嘅鬥爭，唔係因為一個人當選而改變，我哋係要個制度去消失。
The first round of polling concluded at 11 o'clock.
即係點解啫嘛？哇！呢個嚟㗎，哇！呢個，哇！呢個衝殺。
我係會裁定無效，有冇反對？呢張選票上邊咧有文字，同埋有一個係圖章，係俾人可能識別到咧選民身份。呢張選票上邊亦都有文字，係可以讓有機會識別選民嘅身份。會裁定無效，有冇反對
？At 12:35, the historical moment.
In the first round of voting of the Chief Executive election, held on the 25th of March 2012, there are 1,132 ballot papers cast. The following is the result of the counting. 1號候選人梁振英先生所得票數為689票。Number of votes given to candidate number 1, Mr. LEUNG-Chun-ying, is 689. 2號候選人何俊仁先生所得票數為76票。Number of votes given to candidate number 2, Mr. Ho-Chun-ying, is 76. 3號候選人黃英年先生所得票數為285票。Number of votes given to candidate number 3, Mr. Tang Henry, is 285. 1號候選人梁振英先生在選舉中取得超過600張有效票，所以我現在根據行政長官選舉條例第28條宣布梁先生當選。Candidate number 1, Mr. LEUNG-Chun-ying, has obtained more than 600 valid votes. I hereby declare, in accordance with Section 28 of the Chief Executive Election Ordinance, that he is elected at the election. 恭喜晒梁先生 ，congratulations！
小圈子選舉可耻，還我選舉權。
Fellow people of Hong Kong, the Chief Executive 2012 election has just concluded. I'm most grateful to members of the election committee for the trust and confidence which by the votes they have reposed in me. At the same time, I'm truly grateful for the support that I received from members of the public throughout my campaign. By their respective generous gestures, I'm accorded the privilege of serving our community for the next 5 years as the Chief Executive of Hong Kong SAR. A privilege which I shall accept with humility and gratitude. I must also thank Mr. Henry-TANG and Mr. Albert Ho for their participation, which brought substance to a meaningful context. This election has also allowed me to appreciate my own shortcomings. And in this regard, I would welcome advice and constructive criticisms which would provide guidance to my future work. I also hope that I will have the opportunity of cooperating with Mr. Tang and Mr. Ho in a joint effort to work for the better future of Hong Kong. During the heat of the campaign, inevitably, passions were roused and strong remarks made. Now that the contest is over, it is time to reunite. We must work in unison, be inclusive, embracing diverse views, and we must once again instill positive energy into our community. All trades and businesses, different strata of society and neighborhoods must work together and cooperatively to have our economy, our society, and political development back on track. I fully understand that the work of Chief Executive will be daunting, but I welcome the challenge. I shall do my utmost, and I shall, as I've said many times, walk the right path and seek change while maintaining stability. And I shall not be deterred by difficulties along the way. The election campaign reaffirmed the core values, which I steadfastly share with the people of Hong Kong. The rule of law, human rights, integrity, anti-corruption, freedom of the press, speech, and assembly are part of the way of life of all Hong Kong people. They are also the essential components of the principles of one country, two systems, Hong Kong people ruling Hong Kong with a high degree of autonomy. To the 7 million people, I solemnly pledge that after I take office, the freedoms and rights that they enjoy today will be maintained under my administration. Together with the political team and the civil servants, I will set a good example and run an honest and clean government. Although the election by the 1,200-member election committee, the community also participated through diverse channels, thereby laying the foundation for universal suffrage in the chief executive election in 2017. I will consolidate, reflect on, and review the experiences from this election and pave the way for the enhanced democracy with an open and fair election system and a healthy election culture. At the same time, we must also resolve the many issues and social conflicts that exist within our society in order to maintain harmony and stability of Hong Kong. On economic and political policies, I will consult widely on measures to tackle the deep-rooted problems of uneven distribution of income, inflation, housing, medical services, education, and political reform. Hong Kong has many competitive advantages. The people of Hong Kong are innovative, hardworking, and adaptable. As long as we seize the opportunities offered by the country, our economy will continue to thrive, and the livelihood of our people will improve. I stress, we do not need major reforms. All we need is for the government to be suitably proactive and introduce change while maintaining stability. Fellow people of Hong Kong, we are not tenants of a small island. We are a family. We may have different backgrounds, but our next generation has a common future. I was born and bred in Hong Kong, a place which nurtured my upbringing and to which I owe my good fortune. I'm glad that I've been given the opportunity to repay what I have received through service to our community. I'm grateful to all who have given me that opportunity. I realize my limitations as an individual, but we can achieve a lot by working together for a common goal. There are many talented people who are committed to Hong Kong. With one heart and one vision, we can turn Hong Kong into a more prosperous, more righteous, and more progressive society. In the future, I will continue to go to the people with my government team to listen to your views, bringing, as I do, with me a stool, a notepad, and a pen, If you're willing to speak, I'm ready to listen. I, CY Leung, aspire to be a CE for the people, working wholeheartedly for Hong Kong. The promise that I make today will be recorded in history as the unwavering commitment of my administration. I stand to be monitored and accountable to all of you. With one heart and one vision, Hong Kong will succeed. Thank you all very much.
Now the race is over, but that doesn't mean CY Leung is far from trouble-free, especially some 200,000 people took part into the civil chief executive referendum conducted by the public polling scheme of the University of Hong Kong, in which some 120,000 people cast a blank ballot. So perhaps the top priority for CY Leung is to rebuild the mutual trust with the general public as well as with his opponents. Looks set to be a monumental challenge. Eric Low, INT, Wan Chai.